Hey guys, this is Kayla with the Garden Groomer, and today we're gonna be decorating a porch for fall. Now, a request we get a lot from clients is, I want a big fall arrangement, something show-stopping and stunning, but I want it to be low maintenance. It's the end of the season. I'm sick of watering. I don't want to have plants that I have to water every day and deadhead and keep clean. And so I'm gonna do my installation today with zero maintenance. That's right, you can have a full fall porch display with none of the maintenance. At the end of this video, I will pot up a plant for a fall arrangement. So if you want, stay through to the end or fast forward if you'd rather see that. I will be doing a pot full of wonderful fall annuals. So if you're okay with a little bit of watering, I'll include that here at the end. But what I'm gonna do is start with all my pumpkins, and I'll show you kind of what I have. I got two different piles here that we're working with. So over here, I've got all my small pumpkins and gourds. I will not go through every single name of every single pumpkin, but I've got a nice assortment here. I do have some mums that I might tuck in just for funsies, but then over here, I've got all of our big pumpkins in what I like to call stackers. And this is what we're gonna start with, okay? Always start with your big pumpkins first. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you down back over there and start grabbing pumpkins. Also, quick apology for any background noise. We're right up against a busy street. I'm gonna do the best I can to make sure you can hear me loud and clear. So I'm gonna go ahead and start grabbing all my stackers and placing them on the steps. And then I'll go ahead and fill in with all my little guys. Ooh, but first, I'm gonna blow off the stoop because she's a little dirty. Now we're all clean. Ready to start stacking. I want him on the lower step. Yeah. Now, when I do my pumpkin arrangements, I somewhat like to start with some of the same colors and start alternating them just to make sure that all the colors are evenly distributed throughout the arrangement. That one's a little wobbly. I think she'll be okay though. I can always tuck a small pumpkin right under here just to help stabilize it a little bit. I kind of like it that it's wonky. Stick this nice big one in the back. Oh no! See, a little too wobbly. All right, girl. Maybe you go upside down. You're gonna be a little tricky girl, aren't you? Maybe you go on the ground. There we go. Cute. Okay. Let's try this guy. That's better. Now with some of our installs, our clients might ask us for a specific color, a color vibe or a color variation. I have a lot of clients who are really into the pastel or the light colored pumpkins these days, so we would do a lot in kind of the more muted tones where we do whites, some of these more like creamy oranges and the sagey greens. But at this install, the vibe was as much color as possible. Give me all the fall colors. So you're gonna see quite a bit of mixture of everything from oranges and yellows, greens, whites. I think I even have some blacks. So we're just going ham for this one. Actually, let's go up here. Nobody wants to participate today, Who said stacking pumpkins was easy? I think once we get the little ones in there, it'll really help keep everybody together. You guys, I am obsessed with these yellow pumpkins. This is such a pretty yellow. Did that not just add a whole vibe, a whole color? Yeah, you're gonna live there. Cute. Now, when I do my pumpkin arrangements, I'll show you here in a sec, but I don't like to just stop at the stairs. You know, if you have the space, I really like to expand it kind of into your walkway or even into your garden bed that's right nearby your steps, just to really have that big, lush, full effect. I think I have a few more big pumpkins to put out, and then we'll start tucking all the little ones in here. This behemoth, whew, Maybe you go right up in here. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, call me a beige girly, but I'm also obsessed with this color too. And all the little warts on them. I don't know, for me personally, when it comes to pumpkins, the wartier the better. Let's see, we might cheat. Scooch. There we go. Okay, another big yellow guy. Gosh, I kind of want to tuck a yellow up top. Let's see, if we sneak you in here. You always gotta face the ugly side towards the back. And by ugly, I mean the dirty point, the point where it was growing on the ground. Look at this thing. Where's he gonna go? Look at this. He's huge. Okay, he looks awkward now. Just give him time. Okay, now that we've got all the big pumpkins in place, I'm gonna start grabbing all of my little guys and just start tucking them in. You kind of want it to feel like a cornucopia, like it just got poured out of a basket. So that's the look we're going for. I have a few squirrels over here eyeballing me. Yeah, you gonna eat these things as snacks? Okay, small pumpkins. I really like to tilt a lot of my pumpkins or even put them upside down, like underneath this. He looks really cool. And then we'll just start scooting guys around so they just tuck right in. These ones that look like little watermelons, I just can't. They're so sweet and they really tie in with the other green pumpkins that we've got out here. We're gonna see if I can tuck one in. I also kind of like to make it a goal that wherever your pumpkins are, when you're done, you can't see the stairs. Like you can't see through them. He might not. That one might not work, but we'll find a spot for him. Okay, and so like I said, later I'm probably gonna come by and plant this up with some flowers, but for now, again, we're sticking to a no maintenance arrangement. So once this is done, there'll be no watering, no deadheading, no nothing. And so what I'm actually gonna do, there is soil in this pot, is I'm actually just gonna fill this pot with an arrangement of pumpkins. It's just gonna add some height to the area, and then plus, if you have a really large container on your front porch, you don't have to move it out of the way. You can just go ahead and fill it with pumpkins and gourds, and I've got some ornamental corn that we're gonna add too, just to kind of fill it up and make it look nice. We're even using a butternut squash in here. Fry this up when we're done. I'm loving how it's turning out, guys. It looks so full and lush, and it's just really bringing in that the fall spirit. But I have been noticing up to the door, I feel like I could do a nice little stack to the right of the door up there. And I do have some larger pumpkins in the back that I might go grab and kind of just add another little pop of color up there. So let's go look for some pumpkins. You know, I'm gonna get all the way back there and then realize I didn't bring a wagon to carry them up. It's okay, we'll see what we've got first. Ooh, okay. So this is the stock of pumpkins that we do have. It's pretty well picked over, but we've got these big old pallets here. I think we have had 6 pallets in total that we're using for clients' properties. And full disclosure, I will probably end up using the arrangement that I have out front here for an install at some point, but instead of them sitting in cardboard boxes for a couple of weeks, why not enjoy them on the front porch until I sell them? So I do see some good candidates over here. Oh, there's even this real big guy. Yeah, I'm gonna find a wagon. Sorry for the noise. It's probably the loudest wagon I own. Let's get some big boys up in here. We're gonna need a good stacker. And then I want that big boy. Yeah, look at that thing. She's a beaut. And then maybe I'll grab my favorite beige girly. You know, I'm gonna address something. So some of you might be thinking, gosh, how expensive are all these pumpkins? Or what a waste to grow something just to let it rot on your front porch. And frankly, I agree with a lot of that. But here are my thoughts. One, finding pumpkins at a good price. Don't go to Home Depot and Walmart or the big box stores. I probably shouldn't name them directly. You will pay kind of top dollar at that point. What I like doing is going to growers directly, and you can do this as a homeowner as well, but finding a local pumpkin grower in your area. And usually around the fall, if you're skimming through like Facebook or even Facebook Marketplace, you'll probably see them posting for pumpkins, and you can get them for $1, $2 a piece. You can always ask about bulk pricing. And sometimes in some places, they'll actually deliver pallets of them to you. So for example, each one of these pallets, when the boxes were full and they were even slightly over full, it was $150 a pallet. Full disclosure. And in some of these, there was, I mean, in the pallets that had the mini pumpkins, there was easily a couple hundred pumpkins in there. That's under $1 a pumpkin. In the bigger ones, naturally, you're gonna get less pumpkins because they are bigger, they take up more space. But generally, like these pumpkins here, let's find a good one. These guys here, this would normally retail from anywhere from like $8 to $11 at a supply shop. But when you buy them in bulk, I mean, this thing probably cost me $1 to $3, okay? And then the other thing to think about is mums aren't all that cheap either, right? Unless you go get those cute tiny little mums, okay, the GoPro overheated and my battery died. If the end of this video gets a little spotty, do apologize. It is October, but it is gonna be 90 degrees today, so she's toasty. What I was talking about was how expensive mums can be too. You can go buy like a big, gorgeous mum, at least 2 feet wide, and you can spend anywhere from $30 to $75 on a single mum. So when you really compare how much quantity you're getting with one mum versus 15, 20 pumpkins, kind of works itself out. And then the other thing is, I've seen people talk about how it's wasteful to have all these pumpkins on your front stoop. You can make it a mission that anything on your front stoop is edible. Most of these pumpkins are edible. Have I eaten all of them? No, I have not. But you can use a lot of squashes, you can use pumpkins, pie pumpkins, you can use a lot of things that you can slowly take off your porch and cook them up, which is great because it's the season for pumpkins. So it's I don't know, perfect timing. The other thought is that mums that you get in a pot, one, they come in a plastic pot. To me, that is more wasteful than an item that can go straight into my compost bin. And two, a lot of the times those mums, at least in our area, those mums that you get for your front porch at this time of the year that are already in bloom can no longer be a perennial. You can't stick it in the ground and kind of keep having it come back. In our area specifically, your best bet is to plant your mums in the ground in the spring, which is kind of not when people are thinking about it. And then the other thing to kind of think about too is either if you own chickens or any form of livestock, goats and horses and cows and things, you can feed these to them for weeks. Whether you slowly take them off your porch and feed them to your livestock, or towards the end, you just do a big old dump and you dump them in the pen. And if you yourself don't have any form of livestock, I guarantee you somebody within a couple mile radius from you does. So as much as people kind of feel that it can be wasteful to stick all of this food or pumpkins or anything on your front porch, I kind of think of it as a zero waste because it can either be composted, eaten by a human, or eaten by an animal. And win-win-win for everybody, I think. And then the other big factor to think about is your time. Your time is so valuable. So why load up your front porch with things that you're just gonna constantly have to be watering and deadheading and cleaning and, taking care of if something breaks or smashes, I don't know. With pumpkins, you literally put them on your front porch and that is it. Maybe some squirrels are gonna nibble on them or something, but it's nature. I mean, you're setting out food for them, so more power to them. I literally am getting followed by squirrels as I wander around the property. But anyway, not trying to go on a rant about pumpkins and how wasteful they seem to be. I personally don't think they are. Like I said, I would rather load up my porch with something that my chickens can eat, my ducks can eat, I can eat, or I can just go straight into the compost bin. And the other fun thing that you could do with the kids too is at some point split your pumpkins open, harvest the seeds out of them, dry the seeds, and then save those seeds and try growing your own pumpkins next year. They do take up a lot of space. So as much as we even wanted to grow our own pumpkins here, there's no way I would have the space to grow all of these pumpkins right here.
Hey guys, looks like my audio cut out a little bit, but I was just saying how we don't have the space to grow all the pumpkins here on the farm. I wish we did, but now I'm getting ready to cart the rest of the pumpkins up to the front stoop so I can make that little area by my front door nice and festive, just like everything else. Here, while my audio was still not working, I'm going through some of the little mini pumpkins that we have, as well as the ornamental corn that we did grow right here on the farm, and I actually loved growing this corn. I can't wait to grow more. And now I'm showing you one final look before I go ahead and take a break for some lunch.
Okay, I figured I'd take you to go check to see if we have any eggs today. I just got my chickens about 4.5 months ago, so one of my chickens has started laying. I think she's laid like maybe 6 eggs or so. She's a hard-working gal, but I've already done a coop tour for you guys. Here, I'll flip it around and kind of show you. Oh, there's my chicken coop and my duck hut down there. But something that's been added since I've done the tour, let me get closer, is I had my friend Abby come in and write butt nuggets on my nesting box. I think it's so cute. It just adds a little charm. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up my latches here. See if we've got any. Oh, thank you, ladies. This is from Sugar. Sugar is one of my Isa Browns, and she has been pumping out the eggs. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock this boy up. We've gotta say hi to the chickens. You always have to say hi and thank them. Hi, ladies. Hey there, Falcon. When are you gonna lay me an egg? You're supposed to lay blue eggs. Huh? I bet you guys wouldn't mind seeing some baby ducklings, huh? I got 3 new babes that I've added to the duck flock. We'll pop in quick and say hi and show you. And then I need to go eat lunch. Just gets so distracting around here when there's so many fun things. Hi, everybody. These are my new babes. I got these ducklings from Metzer Farms. Highly recommend. We've got 2 buff ducks, which is this closest one to me, and this guy. They're both buff ducks. And then I really wanted a crested duck. And so we've got Miss Fernie Mae. We have Poppy. Hi. And Sweet Pea. Hi. You want to say hi? Hello. Hello, baby. Yeah, you're good little ducklings. I know. I'll come hang out with you after lunch. How do you think? Huh? What do you think about that? Okay, let's go cook up some lunch. Okay, lunch was delicious, by the way. But I thought I would just include a quick snippet of installing a fall porch container with plants and live things that you will have to water and kind of keep an eye on throughout the season. So I'm gonna end up emptying out this pot that I have here for now, and I might go see if I have a couple more pots in the garage and go grab all my plants. I found this cute little brown terracotta pot, which is perfect for fall, I think. And then I actually have this old coal bin that I must have picked up at an estate sale or a yard sale somewhere. And so we're gonna pot her up too. Now, let's go pick my plants. So we are over here in my inventory garden. We have all of our fall annuals over here, ready for the team to come pick them. We've been doing installs for about a week now with Garden Groomer. So I just restocked, which is perfect timing for me. I'll give you a little tour of kind of everything that I have here. I will also note, I know not everybody has an inventory of fall plants at their disposal. It is one of the perks of owning a garden maintenance company is you constantly have inventory at your home. But you can find pretty much all of these at any of your local nurseries. So these are not anything that are too ornate or special or different that you can't find yourself. But let me flip you around and kind of show you what I've got. Okay, so in this section here, we've got our mums, and we did actually grow all these ourselves. I'm really excited about them. Actually, my favorite ones that just popped open the other day are these guys. Look how pretty those are. What's the variety? Let's see. These are the Berry Blast Bicolor. Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, I hear kitty. We've recently acquired a farm cat. Come on, Sprout. She wandered onto the property, about a week or so ago. And of course, your girl loves animals, so we've been feeding her. We put a little tracker on her too, so we can keep an eye on her. But this is Sprout. She's our new farm cat. What you think, girl? You gonna say hi? We're gonna see if she sticks around for another week or so, and then we're gonna bring her to the vet and make sure she's fixed and healthy and all the good things. But for now, she just gets to kind of hang out. And she does get along with all of the ducks and the animals too, which is really nice. Okay, back to the plants. We've got some pansies, which I'm definitely gonna be incorporating a lot of those on my front stoop. We have osteospermums, which these are actually a great annual to use, where you can install them in the spring and they will pump out flowers all summer long, and then you can leave them in your containers and put your fall annuals around them. They're great performers. We have some asters that are in between blooms right now, but they normally are this bright, bright purple color. We have bacopa, which is a trailing plant. It's gonna drape over the sides, add a little pop of white. We have some celosia, more osteospermums. We've got some sweet potato vines, kale, icicle plants, coleus, which I'll be using some of that. And then a bunch of cabbages. I'll definitely be using these. And then more trailing plants. We've got some Silver Falls dichondra, some creeping Jenny or Lismachia. And then these are some annual black-eyed Susans. They're not looking great enough for me personally to install for a client, so I actually might use these today because I know once they get in a pot and they get deadheaded, they'll look better. We've got some ornamental peppers and then a menagerie of grasses. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick what I want out of this bunch and load it up in the wagon, as well as grabbing some potting soil and then starting to pot things up. First, I'm gonna start by filling up my pots with some soil. I have some just general potting mix here. Normally, I always say when you're planting in containers to use the most top tier potting soil that's out there, especially when you're planting in spring and summer, because that soil has to feed those plants for months and like the hottest months out of the year. But frankly, when I'm doing my fall container installations, I go a little bit cheaper for the potting soil because these plants aren't going to be living as long in these containers as your summer annuals would. And then I also use Espoma's. This is Plant Tone. It has Biotone mixed in it. If you've watched any of our videos, you know that we use Biotone for everything. I mean, no plant touches soil without Biotone. But I'm just gonna use Plant Tone today. It also has Biotone in it. It was just what I had that was really close. Pretty much any of the Espoma products that you can get your hands on, do it. They're amazing. So let's fill some soil. Girl, these bags are heavy. I guess that's a good sign. It means it's retaining moisture. Sprinkle in some Plant Tone. The other thing I like about Espoma's products, at least in my experience, you can't really overdo it. You know, it's not like some of those non-organic fertilizers where if you put too much, it'll burn the plants. I have not had that experience with any of Espoma's products, which is really nice. Mix this in. Okay. Now I'm gonna start grabbing plants. Oh, the third pot. Sorry to break you down, little guy. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't feel like moving you, so you might just stay put. Plus, you already have soil in you. We'll just add a little bit of Plant Tone. So when planting my pots, I always like to start with my thriller. It's gonna be your most upright plant, the thing that's gonna get the tallest. And for me, I grabbed some ornamental grasses and coleus, so I'm gonna start with those. This right here is a rooster grass. He's kind of got like a little orangey, burgundy color to him. Otherwise, he just looks like a dried grass, which I kind of love. So I'm gonna stick him in that pot up there. Make a mess. Loosen up those roots and tuck them in. I'm gonna stick this towards the back center of the pot so I can stick some other plants in front of him. Next up we have Color Blaze Wicked Hot Coleus. I love using coleus for our clients' containers especially because coleus can handle sun or shade. You can always read the tag to kind of figure out, you know, what coleus will be best for your situation. But oftentimes we have porches that are full shade or full sun, and so it's really nice for us to be able to grab one plant that can handle both. Tuck him on the side here. I like to tilt my plants just a little bit when planting, just so they kind of have that more full effect. A plant will still grow the same way, no matter if he's planted straight upright or a little bit wonky. Next up, I have this ornamental pepper, which actually did not come with a tag on it, so I do not know the exact variety. And again, personally, I think this pepper is not looking so great right now. We might have skipped a watering on him. So I'm just gonna use him in my own personal container, and I know, especially with the Espoma products, within like a week or so, he's gonna bounce right back. Oh, I love that contrast. Next up, I'm gonna add this lovely purple cabbage. I think I've got room for one more. I'm gonna see if I can squeeze in a little bit of the osteospermum just to give it that pop of yellow. This one is the Bright Lights Yellow osteospermum. I love these guys. Add a little touch of daisy. Whew, he's got some roots on him. We're gonna break those up. Oh, cute. Little cheat code that I like doing is if you have a little empty spot in your container, y'all know me well enough, I don't like to see the soil. What I'll end up doing is I'll just take a little mini pumpkin or two, just like these guys, and I'll actually just tuck them in the container, just to cover up that soil surface until the rest of the plants grow in. And I think it just adds another little touch of whimsy. Okay, next up, I'm gonna plant my other two containers. Okay, here I'm gonna repeat some of the coleus. This coleus specifically is called Solar Eclipse. It's really pretty, has just a touch of variegation in it, but I'm really loving this magenta color right now. Maybe we'll stick him in this guy. Again, I'm just gonna give him a little bit of a tilt, of a lean, so he's essentially falling out that container. And then up next, I got some of these black-eyed Susans. Sometimes they're called fall sunflowers or an annual sunflower. In my experience, this variety is not a variety that would be a perennial for us. They only last just one season. They can't handle our cold winters. And again, for me personally, this plant just didn't quite look nice enough for me to install for clients. And so I'm just gonna use them and not throw them away and tuck them in my own container because I think I can make him look good. And I think he'll be just fine with a little bit of time in a bigger pot. And you guys, when I do my containers, I am not afraid to jam pack them full. I do not believe a container can be too full. Personal experience, personal opinion. Okay, let me grab a few more plants. Okay. One I'm really excited about, especially for the spout, is this sweet potato vine. Let me grab you. This one is called Sidekick Black, grown for its foliage, semi-trailing, which just means it might kind of have more of a bushy up top and trail just a little bit, which to me is perfect. I think he'll look really nice, planted right at the tip of this container. We're just gonna set you aside. Now this container is a little tricky because the spout is higher than the rest of the pot. So I might have to come in with a little bit more soil to just make sure that his crown is covered and that his roots are fully covered with dirt. Okay. Whoop. Great. Now I'm gonna come in with this nice green cabbage. My chickens love eating this stuff, which is why I can't let them free range in the display garden. They'll eat all of my inventory. Oh, that's gonna be so cute. Just tuck you in there. Again, I am planting him slightly sideways, so the little cabbage head is actually facing outwards. Love it. Okay, and then I think a little bit more yellow in here. Ah, it's gonna be beautiful. And this is gonna be another osteospermum, the Bright Lights yellow. Ooh. I mean, it is October and you're still riding your motorcycle, man. Go for it. Go for it, honey. Oh, that's gonna be so cute. I love him. Going for a little bit of a purple yellow vibe. And again, I have a little bit of an empty space here in the back, but I wanna leave room for the plants to grow in. But what I am gonna do is just take a couple pumpkins and just tuck them in the back here, just for a little touch of color. Let's see if we can fit you in here. Oh, cutesy. And once I water them in, it'll clean them off a little bit. I'm gonna set him aside. And we'll take care of this little pot. I gotta clean up my mess. It's bothering me. Okay, I'm gonna grab one of the plants that I'm most excited about, which I actually didn't talk about earlier. I'm gonna go grab her. And of course I chose the smallest pot to put her in, but we'll make it work. So oftentimes people don't think about using perennials in their container arrangements. Whether it's your spring containers, your summer containers, or even your fall containers, perennials are a great option to put in containers. And the best thing about them is at the end of the season, when you're getting ready to retire your pots, you can go ahead and take this perennial out of your pot and pop it into your landscape, and you've essentially got a free plant, even though you purchased it once, but you got 2 uses out of it. So this here is a coral bell. I think this is fire alarm, yes. This is a fire alarm heuchera or coral bell. They're deer resistant, they're gonna attract hummingbirds, butterflies, full shade or full to part sun. And I just love how big and lush he is. And again, if I was thinking, guys, I would have popped him into a bigger container, but we're gonna make this work. So I'm gonna break off a lot of this excess soil. I might even move the soil out of my way so I can plant him nice and deep. I bet I can squeeze a few more things in here. Try me. Oh, look how lush that is. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna plant him in there. I think I can fit a couple more things in there, guys. Oh, I think this will just be so simple and cute. Got a purple cabbage. Kind of like how quirky he's growing. Oh yeah. Let's break off some of this soil. Again, I'm planting him on a bit of an angle. Plenty of room. And then a classic Creeping Jenny or Lismachia. This one didn't come with a variety name. It's either Goldilocks, probably Goldilocks. It's kind of the common one. This is another one that can also be used as a perennial. It is a great ground cover to stick in like a shady garden. It can handle some sun, maybe not afternoon sun when it's the hottest part of the day, but definitely morning sun. He'll just get a little scalded if he gets too much sun. He'll get a little burnt. Tuck those in. Oh, I just love the contrast that he offers to the cabbage and the heuchera or the coral bell. So now I'm just gonna take a little bit of my excess soil and just fill her in. See, doing porch planters, it doesn't have to be scary or intimidating or anything crazy. You can literally go to your nursery and find things that just bring you joy and have a lovely color combination or a color contrast. It doesn't have to just be mums. You know, I don't even know if I use the mum. I didn't even use a mum. I actually love that. Mums are very thirsty. Mums are such thirsty little plants that you know, I think I'm just going on the theme of no maintenance or low maintenance. Oh my God, she's so cute, guys. I don't even need to put a pumpkin in there. I can put a pumpkin in there. Give me a little guy. Perfect. Oh, there. Okay, let's take a look at all three. Okay guys, the lighting out here is getting a little bit tricky, but I just thought I would show you the pots now that we're finished. Okay, so this here is one of our containers. It is a smaller container, but I was able to jam pack it pretty well. We've got that coral bell in here, the creeping Jenny, and then of course a cute little purple cabbage over here. She's so pretty. And then I tucked a little pumpkin in there just to hide my soil surface. I personally like no visible soil in my containers. And then this guy here, I kind of want to call it my misfit container. I mean, the cabbage is stunning, but these poor little guys, they're not looking so great. But again, I'm gonna go in and deadhead them, get rid of these stems, give him like a week and he'll be blooming with these gorgeous yellow blooms. We've got our coleus here in the back, looking great. The little osteospermums, and then of course our sweet potato vine. Looking good. And then the last container that we did is this guy here. So in here, again, we've got a purple cabbage, we have some coleus, more osteospermums, our rooster grass here in the back, and then our ornamental peppers. And of course, we had to tuck in a couple of pumpkins. Okay, now before my camera dies for the third time, I'm gonna try and place these pots on the stoop, kind of tuck them into the pumpkins, and I'll give you one final look. Okay guys, here we go. Here's the full finished outcome. We've got our silver coal bucket here. This pot stayed in the same place. And then I tucked in this other one right up here. Since I've got that coral bell and the creeping Jenny in there that handle a little bit more shade, it was the safest bet to tuck it in there. I know it's a little bit dark right now, so sorry. But I just love that touch of purple with the contrasting of the creeping Jenny. It just looks so nice. I'm just obsessed. I can't wait to drive home every day and see this when I pull up to the driveway. Thank you. The neighbors are already commenting on it. Okay guys, that is it for my fall porch installation. I hope you got something out of this video that inspires you to decorate your own front porch or your back deck or your she shed or even your chicken coop. I'm hoping and planning on putting out a few more videos. Maybe I'll do a fall container installation a little bit more in depth. Maybe I'll find myself some larger pots so I can incorporate more of my plants. And I'll probably do some more fall decor videos because I would love to decorate my chicken coop. I'd love to decorate the entrance to the farm around the corner. And I just think it's a really fun time to decorate. I love fall. Who doesn't love fall? But I hope you enjoyed. Any questions or ideas for future videos for me, I'd love to hear them. In the meantime, happy gardening and happy fall, and have a great day.